Get started. So as usual, we'll start with the calf. So I'm going to take my grid foam roller, place my leg right in the center. The other leg's going to come on top. This is going to be for some extra compression. If for any reason you feel this is too much, go ahead and uncross the legs, and then that will reduce some compression and maybe feels a little bit more comfortable. So from here, I'm going to raise my hips, and I'm going to slowly start to roll towards the knee, about 1 inch per second. Now, if I find an area that's super tender, you can go ahead and stop and hold pressure there for 20 to 30 seconds. If you don't, then just continue that rolling motion. So I'm going to go back towards the ankle here, and then push my hips back forward. I'm also going to roll my leg out, so I'm externally rotating. So I'm getting on part of those peroneals on the outside, that lateral gastrocnemius on the outside. In addition, I will internally rotate so I can get that medial border of the soleus as well as that medial portion of the gastrocnemius. And here we're just keeping that nice slow roll. Right from there, if you want to move right up to the hamstring, that would be great, or you can go ahead and repeat that on the side, the other side. Now for the hamstring, I'm going to place it right above my knee. I'm going to raise my hips up. I like to cross my leg over top, but again, if it's more comfortable for you to be here, that's perfectly fine. Now from this position, same process. Slowly roll the body forward till we get up right up near the hips, and then come back. You can rotate the leg out. A nice slow roll forward. If you find a tender spot, feel free to stop and hold. And also notice we're not rolling very fast. And again, repeat that same process nice and slow for about 1 minute, and then go to the other side. Next up, I'm going to continue working right up to my glutes. So from this position, I'm going to place my right hip right in the center of the grid. I like to begin by extending this leg here out. That's going to relax the glute, keep the spine nice and neutral. Same process, slowly roll my body down, and then back up. A nice slow rolling motion, just trying to get blood and everything back into the area. In addition, we can take and cross this leg over top. Here, that sort of opens up the hip. We can get to that piriformis a little bit better, and then we can repeat that same process. Nice, slow. And again, for recovery, I like to go ahead and spend about 1 minute working the hip area. As soon as I'm done there, you can go right to the other side. For today, I'm going to move right up to the thoracic spine here, place right below the shoulder blade. Same setup you may have seen before. I'm going to support my head with my hands, keeping the cervical spine nice and neutral, raise the hips, and then a nice slow roll right there between the shoulder blades. If you'd like to separate the shoulder blades, you can bring the elbows together, and it may feel a little bit different for you. And again, I like to go for about 1 minute. As soon as we go up that posterior side, and you work both left and right, now let's go to the anterior side of the body. And for recovery here, I'm primarily going to focus on my quadricep. Now our setup here is very similar to what we've done in the past. We're putting the grid right above the kneecap. I'm going to support myself here in a plank position, and then again, while I'm breathing and relaxing, slowly start to roll towards the bottom of the hip. If I find that tender spot, I can stop and hold. If not, then I'm just going to keep that consistent rolling top of the hip, and then back up. And again, be sure we move about 1 inch per second, moving nice and controlled, breathing and relaxing the whole time. As soon as we get done rolling that area there, the next one we're going to go to is right on the outside part of the leg. This is going to be the IT band, which I know everyone loves. So from this, let's take your grid foam roller. I'm going to start right below the hip. So I'm going into my side plank position here. If you want, you can go at a 90-degree angle. That may be very tender, so you can also go to a 45-degree angle here. Just depends on what works best for you. Same process, support the spine, keep a nice slow rolling motion up towards the knee. Once I get to the knee, I can pause and then slowly return my body back to the hip. And again, as soon as you wrap up with that, spending about 1 minute on it, you can go to the other side.